Um, Hello, people. Good morning to you, wherever you may be on the face of the planet. My name is Tosin, and I welcome you to my climate story, where we interact with people who are the front line of responding to climate change impacts in their communities. And joining us today is George uh, Udah, who is the Africa's Regional Manager for ClimatEducate, an Alpha Team organization. Thank you for joining us, Mr. George.
Thank you very much.
Great. How are you doing today?
I'm very fine. Maybe you?
Good. I'm very well, thank you. So to get us started immediately, can you uh, just give us a context of what is the environmental or the climate change situation in your country, Kenya?
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tosin, and hi to all the viewers. Okay. About your question about the environmental context in pardon the question, please, kindly.
Yeah, that what's the climate change situation in Kenya? Broadly, just as a sort of a back.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a broad perspective, the climate change situation in Kenya is somehow not good at all because the situation is by day. I mean, it's getting worse day by day because of the few actions that have been taken. But okay, at the moment we have got a food shortage because of of climate change. The climate change has all affected the economy of the country, and also there is also much spread poverty in the country because of the climate change issues. Yeah, and many other related issues.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, great. So how's that as a person? How's it impacted on you and the community that you live in?
Uh, Generally, as a community, the Kenyan community, the climate change has really made negative impact in the lives of people. Like it's not like some years back when the climate, I mean, when the weather was predictable. At the moment, the weather is not really predictable. You find that some people are expecting to have some harvest, and then because of climate change, the rains do not come on time, and so the
Mm,
net result is that there is a lot of, a scarcity of food, and also uh, uh, generally Kenya is an agricultural country, and since climate change has affected agriculture as a whole, you find that many jobs are being lost because of the same. You find those who are working in maize mills, some of them are forced to go home because they can't really work on the few few produce that the rain has uh, has yeah. And then on the same note, uh, hello,
yeah, I can hear you.
right?
Yeah, please
All
go on.
right, okay. On the same note, we've got food security also is an issue because of climate change. Then we have economy is also affected on the same note because of climate change. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
But for you, how do you directly feel this impact?
Personally, I feel the impact directly and indirectly.
Mm,
Indirectly, I feel it in terms of economy because at the moment, when the foods are scarce, you find that every commodity uh, the prices goes up. So you feel a pinch when you go to buy something. Instead of buying it at a lower price, it will go up, and then you will feel the pinch. So it means that at one given point, instead of focusing your resources to other stuff, you'll be focusing them on food alone,
mm,
and that is the indirect effect. Directly, I've got friends who have been affected with the climate change. Like some people have been victims of floods, some people are victims of drought.
mm,
So
Mm.
So you find that those who can't really manage, they will ask for assistance from you, and that means you'll have to get them some money or maybe some other help. So that
Mm.
one is like whether I'm wherever I am, I'll be affected because they will have to depend on me or maybe my close friends or relatives for them to get whatever they wish to go with.
Mm.
Yes,
Wow.
thank you.
So, then, what? How has that moved you to action? The impact of what you say around how does it spur you to act, and how have you been acting?
Okay. Personally, I'm first of all, I started as a humanitarian activist when I was in primary school and in secondary school.
Mm.
So it happened that one day I was with the Red Cross team, Kenya Red Cross Society, Migori branch. And
Mm.
then one day, uh, the branch told us to go and help them do a rescue mission and also help those who are victims of floods. So
Mm. Mm.
that scenario really triggered my motives towards the environmental changes because you find that okay, it was a place that was okay. If you look at it from the outlook, it was just a nice place, but then the rivers had broken their banks, and then everywhere was flooded. So we went
Mm.
there as a rescue team, and when we were done with the activity, we were told that it was because of climate change. That was the time I realized that climate change has got some really big impact in our lives. So from there, uh, I got passionate about climate change, and then I did my research as a young kid. And then, through the help of many people, I got to know more about it. And then I resolved to do my part as an individual to help better the situation as well. Yeah.
Mm. So, can you describe how you've been doing playing that part?
Okay. It started when I was in primary still. After that incident where we went for a rescue mission in a place that was flooded, uh, our teacher helped us to form an environment club. From that point, we knew some stuff regarding climate change, and then we were encouraged to help as in where we can. So we started by planting trees and then visiting environmental shows so that we could get more information on the same. And then from that point, I got it, as in, I made it, I mean, I made it as a promise to myself that I will do whatever I can to help make the environment a better place. So I've been involved in doing advocacy for climate change and
Mm.
also doing actual activities like tree planting
Mm.
uh, with schools mostly and communities. So far, at the moment, being the manager for Africa region under Alpha Team Organization, I've managed to do several activities regarding climate change through advocacy.
Mm.
I've done, with the help of my friends, the team in Alpha Team organization, to organize for activities. I mean, non-online activities like tree planting, and then
Mm.
also doing cleanups on streets as well to help educate people on climate change issues and how they can also make it better.
Mm.
Yes, thank you.
So,
Maybe if you need clarification,
yes, what has been the response of the people when you talk about climate change? As,
the rest of the people, okay, they are okay. Most people, you find that most of them know little about climate change. They just say that it's fate. So
mm.
if you approach them and then tell them that this is happening because of one, two, three, they try to understand. And
Mm.
some of them, uh, I mean, most of them, uh, with that information, they also try to educate one another on the same, and also they encourage us as those who are in the forefront to continue spreading the same message and also continue with the same actions that we are doing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
generally the response has been good. Only few cases, some people are arrogant, obvious, but most of them really do appreciate whatever we do and also try to encourage us to continue with the same course.
Yeah,
Yes,
in the
thank you.
course of doing this, has there ever been a time that you've been exposed to some risk, like people who don't believe in what you're doing came up against you?
Kindly pardon?
I said in the course of the advocacy work you do with community, and has there ever been a time where you were exposed to risk? Maybe people wouldn't believe in what you were trying to teach or talk about. Maybe they came against you or tried to stop what you were doing. Has there ever been a time like that? You'd like to share with?
Yes. Yes, there are some few instances that I've run across such people. One good example is when we do cleanup. Like in campus, we used to do cleanup for a nearby market where I studied in Kenyatta University. So
Mm,
you find that in that particular market, those who are residing there, they just say that, okay, you just clean and then we shall give you more work to do when you come back because we shall just return the trash back. So it means that those people, they don't really understand the concept and the activities that we are doing. Okay,
mm,
but through that, we always educate them to understand the
mm,
activity that we are doing and also take into consideration the fact that climate change is real. And
mm.
then other instances, uh, let's say in tree planting sessions, I've
Okay.
gone to several schools uh, doing tree planting and also disseminating information regarding climate change. And mostly we do tree planting around the school and within the school. And
Mm,
there's one incident that one person, I mean, is like an elderly person neighboring
mm,
the school. Uh,
mm,
he said that there's no need of planting trees around the home because as okay, people can get those trees elsewhere, not necessarily around the school. So such like people do not really understand the concept of
mm,
climate change and how trees can help mitigate such issues.
mm. But you're talking
Yes,
about
yes.
how trees. Can you explain to our viewers how trees help mitigate climate change?
Pardon?
Yeah, can you explain to our viewers how tree planting, by planting trees, how it helps to mitigate against climate change, the causes of climate change?
Oh, all right. Thank you for that. All right. Trees are really important and they really form, okay, they are like the lungs of the earth because
Mm,
they produce oxygen
mm,
that breathe, and also they help take in carbon dioxide.
mm,
So when we do tree planting, it means that we are balancing both oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which help us to breathe. And also, when they take in the carbon dioxide that we breathe, and
yeah.
also those that are being emitted by other activities, uh, they help in balancing the atmosphere because carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, uh,
Mm,
which is which is help. I mean, uh, which is associated with the warming the, the atmosphere, and so it causes severe climate change. So by planting trees,
mm,
they help in absorbing that gas and also balancing the environment so that
mm,
the atmosphere will not have too much heat or less heat that is not really good for the human and also other lives. Yeah.
mm. Well, that's
Yes.
fantastic. That's fantastic. I now what you do this? Do you get paid for doing this?
Okay. Basically, I'm a volunteer both in Alpha organization team and also in Red Cross. So I don't do those activities for any financial benefit. I do them because I'm passionate about climate change and also helping humanity.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So how important is it that people, especially young people, should volunteer for causes like this? Why should young people be interested in volunteering for causes like this?
Okay. Thank you for that question. It's really important for people, everyone, to participate in addressing issues of climate change. So by volunteering, it means that you are not only helping yourself or maybe the people around you. You're helping the future generation and also other vulnerable people. So
Mm,
by volunteering, it doesn't
mm,
mean that you are really, working on behalf of that people. You are working on behalf of yourself and also
mm,
on behalf of your loved ones. Yeah. So it's really important for people to understand that concept, because if they don't, they will just feel that if they just work, without being paid regarding climate change issues,
mm,
then there is no need. So it's really good for them to just follow. If they can, they volunteer, and if
yeah.
it is possible, maybe if they are employed on the same, well and good, but still it's good even if they volunteer.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you. I'm wondering from your experience doing this in Kenya, what are the things that needs to be done for more people to join you, one, and also for Kenya to also be leading in the global efforts to reduce climate change impact.
Okay, basically, uh, there's a lack of information outside here, because you find that, okay, if you tell somebody what to do and why they should do it, they can
Mm,
reconsider their position. So I feel that the best thing that can be done is to spread the information that they should participate, because it's not only for their benefit but also for the benefit of the whole society and also for the future generation. So the first thing that can be done is to intensify dissemination on the same. Yeah, that's the first thing. And also after doing that, those who are responsible like me should be guided in taking actions. Let's say if I go to a particular school, but after disseminating the information,
mm,
I'm obliged to start, let's say, an environment club there for them to get more information on the same, and also
mm,
involve them in activities that are helping in environment changes. Yeah.
mm,
So it's all about taking action and spreading the information out there so that people can understand the benefit of uh, of working towards climate change.
mm. So
Yeah.
what role does government plays in this?
Pardon?
What
Pardon?
role the government, what role do they play in this action of mitigating and also responding to impacts of climate change?
So far, the Kenya government has tried on its part to help in mitigating climate change, but that is
Mm,
not really enough. We have an agency called NEMA, National Environment. Uh, yeah, NEMA. It's all dealing with environment change and also helping the environment to be sustainable. So the government has tried its part in doing that, but it's not enough, because mostly the work is done by those people who are all in the offices, and the involvement does not really trickle down to the grassroots. So the government should help through those agencies to help people from the grassroots as well to get the information and intensify the fight against climate change. This can this can they I mean this they can do by helping people, those who are in the front line like us, as in to reach more people. Let's say providing resources and means to reach places that we can give more information to people who need it regarding climate change. Yeah.
mm. Okay, you mentioned the aspect of trees as one of the
Yes.
natural ways of mitigating climate change. But what other
Yes.
measures can people get involved in? What are some of the other solutions that people can be
All right.
involved in that help to reduce climate change? causes?
Okay, thank you. I've mentioned that trees are one of the means that people can achieve goals towards helping with the climate change issues. Also, there are some practices that we should also adapt. Like in most cases, people use plastic stuff that
Mm,
are non-biodegradable. So those
mm,
are really not good for the climate because, for example, if uh, if too much of the plastics are dumped in dump sites or maybe in oceans, in water bodies,
mm,
they, I mean, they will not really degrade, which
mm,
will be like a pollution to the environment, and that one will also is also facilitating climate change in a way.
mm,
So in that case, people should adopt some change in their everyday life. They should not be, I mean, like like for the case of plastics, they should get alternative means that they can use so that they do not expose the environment with pollution.
mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So are
Eh,
you, do you, in the course of advocating for this, do you also mention solutions such as maybe renewable energy, like solar energy, as a source?
oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Okay. What another aspect that people should consider is also dealing with renewable energy. At the moment, Kenya and other countries of Africa, we rely on fossil fuel, which is the petrol and diesel, and those are generally facilitating, global warming. So
Mm,
if we if we could embrace technology so that we can do away with those types of fuel, we can really help towards mitigating climate change issues because green energy is really good for the economy and for the whole country and also for the whole environment.
mm,
It helps also, I mean, it helps in facilitating positive climate change as well.
mm,
So people
mm,
should as well embrace that.
mm. But,
Yes, thank you.
how affordable is it? Since it's a technology
In
that,
Kenya, okay, in Kenya, green technology is not really affordable that much because it's still not advanced as the case with other advanced countries like Europe and the US. So at the moment, we just rely on the few things that we have, like solar panels to provide electricity, and also I've seen some few cars which are electric. They do not use fuel. Fossil fuel. So it means that step by step we are working towards attaining green energy, which is sustainable as well. So at the moment, I can't say it's really sufficient in Kenya because we are not yet there, but we are somewhere headed to that direction.
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing wonderful insights with us. And
Yes. Thank you.
this falls why I read the poem that someone shared with me that I find very well instructive and also like a message to you and individuals like you who are responding to their local climate and environmental issues and taking care of the earth. Okay,
Thank you.
so I say to you, Udah George, that may all the healers of the earth find their own healing. May they be fueled by passionate love for the earth. May they know their fears, but not be stopped by their fears. May they feel their anger and yet not be ruled by rage. May they honor their grief, but not be paralyzed by sorrow. May they transform tears, rage, and grief into compassion and the inspiration to act in service of what they love. May they find the help, the resources, the courage, the luck, the strength, the love, the health, the joy that they need to do the work. May they be in the right place at the right time, in the right way. May they bring alive a great awakening, opening a listening ear to hear the earth's voice, transform imbalance to balance, transform it, and greet the Lord. Blessed be the healers of the earth. So thank you so much, Udah George. And like the poem read, I pray that along your path and as you continue on this journey, that may you find the resources to do more of this work, the health to continue, and the courage when things get a little bit tough. Okay? So
Okay.
we appreciate you and we're sending you our best wishes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And so, our viewers, thank you for joining us today on my climate story. And I will be coming your way again, same time next Friday. It's every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's New York time. You can convert it to your own local time, where we bring climate leaders, earth champions, people who have goes beyond just saying the environmental degradation where they live, but they are spurred to do something and act. People and environmentalists and earth champions like Udah George. So thanks so much again. Until we come your way, please be good. Go take care of the earth. It's the only home we have come to know. All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.